Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan Elizabeth, and today I have a different sort of video for you guys. So as you can see here, I have a little box, and it's the Everyday Tarot box. So tarot cards are something I've done for a few years, and I'm really interested and passionate about them. And I had to buy a new deck before I could do much more with tarot, because my first deck, the deck I've had for ages and that you see in quite a few of my videos so far, the Shadowscapes Tarot deck. That's what this one is. I'll leave a link for it below. It's really pretty. It's a gorgeous deck. If you can see that artwork a little bit. I love it, but I moved somewhat recently, and that move meant a lot of the cards were bent, broken, and unfortunately lost. My tarot deck did not have a good move. So it was finally time to kind of retire that deck. I'm not going to get rid of it or anything. I absolutely love it. I've had it for the couple of years I've been doing tarot. But I needed something new. Also, you might notice that this is a very small deck box. Or maybe you can't tell because my hand's making it look really big. So I'm really excited about this deck because let me demonstrate. I have the smallest hands in the world. This is a tarot card laid out against my hand. I can't really hold them. I can barely hold it without bending it. So, shuffling tarot cards and handling tarot cards is really difficult for me. But look at this. I can hold this one. I'm very excited. We'll see how this goes. I'm super happy. But so I wanted to do an unboxing today with my new tarot deck, and also give you guys some tips for what you can do to sort of bond and kickstart a relationship when you get a new tarot deck. So the first thing we'll do is the actual unboxing. This is the Everyday Tarot box. There's some of the artwork on the side. This is a very minimalist tarot deck, which I appreciate quite a lot. I'm excited to have something a little different than my Shadowscapes that I've been using. So on the back of the box, it says it's a modern approach to the ancient wisdom of tarot. The Everyday Tarot deck gives modern soul seekers an intuitive tool to access their inner wisdom and create an inspired life. This kit features a beautifully illustrated deck and an 88-page guide to the cards that will appeal to tarot veterans and novices alike. Alright, so that's the box. I've only opened a tiny bit of it because the reviews for this guy are pretty positive except for the box. Everyone hates this thing's box. It was decently difficult to open. So there's a little circular sticker right there that you have to peel off first, which I did, but then you can't get in there. So you have to find one of these little corners and lift it up by the corner to pop it open. So that was the only reason why I opened that part first, because I wanted to get the hard part of it out of the way, because all the reviews were saying that it's like impossible to open, and it wasn't easy, that's for sure. Alright, let's see what is in here. Got a little backing for the cards. We have the cards themselves, and a little guidebook that I can't get out. Oh, Jesus. Hang on. This is a lot of work. Oh, okay, I'm just stupid, actually. This is a very nice little box. It's got a little magnet. This is magnetic. So, open this guy up as well. That's where the cards are stored, and then here you have the guidebook, which slips in and out. That is so nice. So compact. I love it. We'll just set the box right over there for now. Also, I guess I should specify I'm not sponsored, associated, or affiliated with the people who made Everyday Tarot. I just had Amazon credit that fit the price of this tarot deck, and I like that it was mini because I can hold it. Look at that. That's beautiful. I can hold it. Alright, so we're going to look at the guidebook a little bit first. I love how tiny this guidebook is. It's very cute. The guidebook, and I guess the deck, I don't know if the deck, but the guidebook is by Bridget S. Selmont, and the illustrations are by Eleanor Grosh. So it's got all of our arcana. Okay, so the guidebook just, hang on, let's see if I can actually get that in frame. The guidebook just gives you a little bit of description about each of the arcana. It gives you the upright and reverse descriptions. So just as an example, the Fool, the upright is new opportunities and beginnings are available to you. Be open-minded and curious, ready to explore and discover new things. Play, have fun, and be spontaneous. And the reversed, you have conceived of a new project but aren't ready to birth it just yet. You are worried about the risks and fear of the unknown. And I'll just kind of quickly flip through there so you can look at them. This is a very handy little guidebook for sure. Okay. This book has been bound using handcraft methods and Smithsonian to ensure durability. That's cool. And there is an Everyday Tarot book as well. I'm not sure what that is, but it's by the same Bridget Selmont. So that's this. It's very cute. I'm gonna throw it over here for now. Alright, don't need you right now. And then this is our actual deck. Here is what the back looks like. And it gives these little steps for using tarot cards. Create a sacred space. Ask a question. Choose a... I have this upside down. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna have to flip it over. Choose a spread, shuffle and lay out the cards, interpret the reading, answer your question, reflect, and take action. That's cute. I like that it gives you this little guide, I guess. Alright, give me a second while I get this open without damaging anything, hopefully. I would really love an easier way to open these sorts of plastic packages. Because nothing scares me more than taking scissors to tarot cards. I need to get me one of those fancy letter openers. I think that would work really well here. Alright, we have progress. There they are. Oh, I just noticed that the sides are all very gold and shiny and pretty. That's nice. Alright, and this is our deck. These are some thick cards. Oh, they're actually not that thick. They're just kind of grouping together right now. Alright. Oh, cool. There's more little handy cards. Neat. Oh, that's really cool. I was actually going to do a video on stuff like this. So, they have a little quick tarot spread sheet for you to potentially look at. So, it has daily one-card check-ins that you can do. What do I need to know today? What is in alignment with my higher self? And then they have a bunch of different card spreads you can do. So like past, present, future, situation, problem, action, you, me, us, option A, option B, and how to decide. That's really neat. I like that it has these little guides. Alright, and then these are our actual cards. They are very pretty. Very different style than what I'm used to. I'm very used to my shadowscapes. Ooh, apparently this card wants to talk to me. Here's just some of the artwork. I'm not going to walk through each of these cards, but there are some of the the major arcana. Here is some of the pentacles. So you can get a little look at these. And let me pull out wands, I guess. Here are the wands. A couple of those to look at. This artwork is really growing on me. I wasn't super sure about it originally, just because, again, I'm really used to my Shadowscapes deck with its very detailed art, and I wasn't sure about the minimalist thing. But I think I'm really gonna like it. As I said, this deck is already just growing on me a whole lot just as I sit here and hold it. I'm very excited about it. Definitely got to be loosened up. It keeps sticking, which is interesting. Alright, so let me throw these back together. I love the gold sides. It's really pretty. Keeping these sort of in order for right now. Don't need to, but that, my friends, is the Everyday Tarot deck. That's the unboxing of it. I'm not going to really give it a review. I mean, tarot decks are very personal, and everyone's going to have their own preferences and their own reasons for liking whatever deck that they like. The box was a bit of a pain, but overall the box is very sturdy, and I feel very safe putting my cards back in there. And it's because this is a mini deck. Have I said it's a mini deck? It's a mini deck. Because it's a mini deck, this is such a useful carrying box for my cards until I get a carrying travel cloth for them, like I would rather have. So, the next part of this video is going to be introducing you to different ways that you can bond with a brand new deck. Like this one, just opened it with you guys, it's brand new. So different ways that when this happens you can bond with your new tarot. First thing I want to point out really quickly is that there's a lot of misinformation out there saying that you can't buy your first tarot deck. Some people say you shouldn't buy any of your own tarot decks, actually. That they have to be gifted to you, and that's the only way of obtaining them. That's silly. I mean, if that's your personal belief, go for it. Follow that. That's fine. However, that is definitely not the case for everybody. You do not need to be gifted your first tarot deck. I would probably never have been gifted my first tarot deck. Nobody I knew would have gifted me one. You don't need to be gifted it. Buy a tarot deck. That's fine. I bought Shadowscapes for myself because I thought it was pretty, and it has done wonders for me for years. It has been a freaking amazing deck and an amazing companion. Never had issues with it. So just want to point that out there. Go buy yourself a tarot deck. You don't need to be gifted one. If you want to be gifted one, that's fine, but you don't need to be. So, on to the actual advice for ways you can bond with your new tarot cards. So, the first way is to cleanse them. I am in a dorm for the semester, so I will not be demonstrating any cleansing right now. At least not any smoke cleansing, because I can't do that here. But just goes to show you that you don't need to be able to have incense and candles to cleanse things. But the first way of really bonding with a new deck would be to cleanse it. The easiest way probably is to do a smoke cleanse, light an incense, use Palo Santo, use a candle if you want to, and waft smoke around it with the intention of cleansing the deck. You can also use salt. I would recommend putting this in plastic first. I would worry salt would ruin them a little bit. You can leave them on a windowsill and let them be cleansed under like a full or new moon. You could leave them in the sun to cleanse if you wanted to, but they risk a pretty good chance of fading if you do that. So I wouldn't recommend it, but it's an option. you can also use a crystal. So quartz is sort of clear quartz is kind of like the go-to for this. You can choose to leave crystals with your tarot deck. A lot of people like to store their tarot decks with a crystal. Clear quartz is really good for drawing up any other energy, like any negative energy that might have been left on there, and keeping that out of the decks. Some people leave them with multiple crystals, like amethyst as an example, because amethyst is good for like intuition and those sorts of properties. So you can store your decks with crystals if you want to cleanse them as well. Alright, so the next way you can bond with your deck is to, use it essentially. You can shuffle it. Just shuffling your deck is a good way of sort of letting it get to know you, getting to know it, maybe seeing if it has anything to say to you right away, if a card maybe pops out at you or jumps out while you're shuffling. So when I am about to use tarot and when I shuffle my tarot cards, I always knock on my cards 3 times before shuffling them to sort of like wake them up a little bit. Some people think it's just kind of superstition. My hands are still really small. Some people think it's just superstition and you don't need to do that. Some people like to do it. Do whatever you want, but that's what I do before I start to actually shuffle my cards. So if you just want to shuffle your cards, and just shuffling them is a great way of sort of introducing yourself to them. Another way you can potentially bond with a new deck of tarot cards is the interview spread with your tarot. Personally, I don't tend to do this, but it's totally an option, and I will flash on screen what that spread might look like. If that's something you want to do, you will shuffle your cards, of course, and ask the card some questions that you think it wants you to know. You might ask, I don't have it pulled up right now, but I think some of the questions are, what's the best way of using you? What do you want me to gain from you? Things like that. And by doing that first little spread with your cards, it's a nice way to sort of introduce yourself to them. And in a similar vein to that, a great way of getting to bond with your cards is using them. So doing a daily draw. For example, my little guy gives us some examples of 3 card draws you could do. So you might, I've already shuffled these, so, well, not very well, so we'll see. But so you might, are these all reversed? Of course they are. Clearly I didn't shuffle these very well. Yeah. So we're not going to use these, but I think for you guys they're upright. For me they're reversed though. But you could do a little daily draw about maybe a problem you're having or whatever you want. And just using these cards right away is an awesome way to kind of get to know it and to get to know the artwork a little bit as well. And even if you're really familiar with tarot, it's probably a good idea when you're first using your new deck to look at the guidebook and see what the author says about their cards and the meanings as well. Since every tarot card is created very intentionally, it's good to see what they have to say. I hope these are still sticking together a whole lot. So obviously I'll be spending a lot of time now bonding with this new deck and getting to learn from this new deck. And you'll probably see it in quite a few of my upcoming videos relating to tarot. So that'll be fun. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, getting to see my new tarot deck, and getting to learn a little bit about having new tarot decks. If you have any other questions about tarot, or about this deck, or about me, or anything like that, please don't forget to leave those in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful at all, please leave a like. And if you want to see more of my content, please subscribe and turn on notifications if you so choose to. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!